Church of Overland Park. There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. freedom with love. When you follow your heart, together we are stronger than we can ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We are so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out. Slowly feel all that's around you. All that you feel, all that you know, let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. When we unite, yeah. When we unite. When we unite, yeah. You are welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here. Thank you, Unity Church. And if you would, please stand and join in the singing, We Shall Be Known. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. Please stay standing for Sacred Love. Sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a you are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are.
Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park, all of you who have gathered in this space, and those of you who are tuning in from our online balcony and Facebook and YouTube land. And welcome Pancho Javier for that wonderful music. Reverend Fred and the UCOP bands. I'm Reverend Jackie Fernandez, and it is my great joy to serve as your senior minister.
And I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak. I serve as your Associate Minister of Operations, and it's with joy as well. There's plenty of joy to go around here.
So much joy. And so much more than joy is happening right now. And I want to bring into this space, we affirm week after week that we utilize ancient teachings to leverage new thought as our spiritual practice. And in this particular Fall Faith series, we are also really focusing on embodied spirituality. We're focusing on our connection to the earth and to the planet. And so it is not lost on me that our guest speaker and soloist who is scheduled for next week will not be coming because she lives in Asheville, North Carolina, Amy Steinberg. Her home is safe. She is safe. She is without electricity now for 10 days, I think we are, from the storm, without running water, like so many, many more. And so it is not lost on me that in our context of celebrating our connection and deepening our connection to the earth, of pulling ancient teachings more closely and intimately into our being, that it is also ours to be present to the political climate that is happening right now. That is part of embodied spirituality, is being present to the here and now, of being present to the many thousands and thousands of people whose lives have been devastated by Hurricane Helene, those who are now also bracing themselves for a projected hurricane to be crossing the state of Florida later this week. And it is our opportunity as we gather together as spiritual beings to hold these communities and these folks in prayer, to be aware of our oneness, that whatever is happening in Appalachia, whatever is happening in Florida, whatever is happening on the East Coast is happening here in our hearts. Whatever is happening in Palestine, in Israel, is happening here in our hearts, in our consciousness. So I have taken the liberty, because I have been so inspired by Reverend Darlene Strickland, who's the senior minister at Unity of the Blue Ridge in Mills River, just south of Asheville, kind of between Asheville and Charlotte. She used to serve at Unity of Lawrence, and so some of you may know her because she has been a local minister. She has been posting every day. She is without electricity, without running water. She only knows about 25 to 30% of her congregation and their well-being. She has been serving, and you'll hear her words have been so inspirational. And so as our prayer this morning, we are going to share those words. But I want you to know that they are gathering right now. Their volunteers got together and restored some of the church building that had been damaged. They have electricity and running water, and they gathered a Come As You Are service this morning. And so I want to truly bring them into our hearts, to truly and deeply bring Amy Steinberg, who is an inspirational New Thought artist, into our hearts. And if there's anyone that you know personally that is affected by this storm, to bring them into consciousness and into your hearts as we share these words.
Darlene writes, "It is day 8 without electricity at my home. Thankfully, power has been restored at the church. We have individuals coming this morning with chainsaws and equipment to help us remove trees from the parking lot. I am tired today, but I'm also very in touch with an inner peace and presence that surges inside of me and can move me to tears and joy. Yesterday was a day I hope I never forget. I witnessed a sacred vulnerability that is perhaps the greatest form of prayer, communion, and healing. I spent several hours as an on-site chaplain for a makeshift hospital extension. Many of these patients still require oxygen, yet have nowhere to go after Storm Helene. Doctors and nurses from Raleigh were there assisting these patients. As I visited with individuals, I could feel a sacred presence entering the space between us, simply through the act of their open-hearted sharing. What began as a simple conversation became a vessel for healing. The power of God, already alive within them, became more visible, more palpable, as they gave themselves permission to speak openly about their lives and to be seen and heard. They had lost their homes, their sense of safety, and for some, even their will to move forward. One man in particular hadn't eaten in 2 days, overwhelmed by the weight of it all. At first, there was no need for prayer. We simply talked. I saw how much they had been carrying in silence. After an extended conversation, the man who hadn't eaten in 2 days accepted food. He ate a sausage biscuit and drank apple juice. It was more than just a meal. It was a sign of life stirring within him again. In the act of conversation, he connected with something deeper, something sacred. The light of God, ever present, had begun to shine through the cracks of his sorrow and loss, bringing with it a spark of life. I don't know what today holds. Lord knows I do pray that I get electricity restored, but I can tell you this. It is truly possible for your soul to be completely satisfied in the midst of loss and longing. I'm going back to be a chaplain for a few hours today. Today, we shall sing together. I love you, my friends. Reverend Darlene.
Thank you to individuals, churches, and organizations that are reaching out to help. We so appreciate it and need it. Helicopters are flying over nonstop. Resources are literally pouring in. They are everywhere. This area is still very much in search and rescue mode. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We were just notified that a family of 4 were trying to get out of their home on Friday and were swept away in the river from the Asheville area. One of the bodies was just found in a river in Tennessee. At this point, we've only heard from 25 or 30% of our congregation. We have no idea how things will look as days unfold. It is day 9, and we have both water and electricity at the church. Thanks to an incredible group of volunteers yesterday, we will be able to have a gathering tomorrow, October 6th at 10:30 a.m. Come as you are and bring your water jugs if you need to fill them. And we will have hot food after the service. We are still without power in my home. We sometimes have cellular in the morning and then often lose it. It is very, very spotty. I received a camping stove yesterday and couldn't help but do a happy dance. This morning, I enjoyed hot coffee right away. No more waiting for the charcoal grill to heat up. It's the little things. There is something deeply inspiring about witnessing people step up for one another. It's as if the barriers between us melt away, and we're left with the essence of our being, one. Neighbors help neighbors, strangers extend their hands and support across distances. Small gestures combine to create big impact. These acts of compassion remind us of the connectedness we often forget. North Carolina could not be more polarized when it comes to red and blue. Yet now we are existing and experiencing as one. Your best support now is financial contribution. We can assist person to person and use the resources to support those who are still in business locally. The collective strength in these moments is humbling, a reflection of the best in us. We see the goodness that rises from adversity, the willingness to share burdens and resources to lift one another up. I pray that this will be the day electricity is restored. And I give thanks for all of the workers and volunteers who are sending prayers and lending hands. We thank you for being an active channel of God's presence in your life, in your close community, and in our world. Deep bow, Reverend Darlene. And this is a prayer. that she shared. So let's all center in to the heart space and let her words be ours. Precious Spirit, we know that in the worst of times, we are called to face what's before us and do all we can to encourage the best of humanity to come forth in ourselves and through others. So, in the wake of destruction left by Helene, we see healing taking place right now. We don't know how this is going to happen, yet we have a deep, abiding faith with God that can move mountains of human doubt. We, in unity, stand strong in God with those who may feel weak or afraid today. We join our hearts in compassion and prayer with those experiencing hurt and loss. We take a moment to breathe freely and connect with the one holy presence in all the life forms that have been affected. We hold up that there is no one and no thing that can come between you and the God of your being. We give thanks that love's peace is calming and restoring you. We praise the divine strength that is working in and through you, giving you what you need in the fullness of time. May our prayers be a healing balm and connecting presence. And so it is. Amen. And as these words reverberate in our hearts and souls, and as we know that the mountains of Appalachia have been categorically resurfaced, the maps are no longer accurate. What seems insurmountable can only be answered by the best of our humanity. And so we call that forth in ourselves. We call that forth in the people who have been most directly impacted by this event. And we know that God is present in the midst. And so in this knowing, we affirm one of our foundational affirmations in unity. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good.
And perhaps the best way we can bring this time of prayer to a close is just take a moment to feel into our hearts and offer our own bow to that one power and presence, the essence of Spirit. We bow to it. We bow to one another. And in that spiritual truth of oneness, we bow to all people, all life, all around this world. Amen.
Ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come.
Good morning, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Laura, and we have a few announcements for you.
Oh, I'm first. Okay, so, our Fall Faith series is underway, and this past week, all of our small groups had their first meetings. But if you've been on the fence and you haven't joined a small group and you would still like to do it, today's the day. This is the last day for signups for small groups. And you can do that in the cafe after our service. There are also a few copies of the Fall Faith book left. It's Discovering Fire, Spiritual Practices That Transform Lives by Roger Wayne Woolsey, and those are also available for purchase.
Registration remains open for the Celebrate Your Divine Identity and LGBTQ+ retreat hosted by our Folks with Faith group at Unity Village. The event is taking place October 24th through the 27th and will include inspiring music, interactive keynotes, wisdom workshops, sacred ceremony, transformational art, and meditation experiences. And of course, a drag show. You can find out more details and register online at folkswithfaith.org or by using the link provided in our e-news.
And also, please plan on joining us on Sunday, October 20th, after the service, for an update meeting on our efforts with the Good Faith Network. We are going to be sharing the results of our recent listening sessions, offer updates from the Good Faith Network Board of Directors, and also provide some information relative to the upcoming Community Problems Assembly session, which is on Sunday, November 3rd. This assembly will bring together all Good Faith Network spiritual communities to receive updates on all the social justice initiatives and process, as well as to vote for a new initiative for the network to begin working on together. Our meeting on the 20th will be here in the sanctuary, and it will begin at 11:45 a.m.
And now let's join together in speaking the joint vision statement of the Unity Movement. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Thank you, Laura and Tiffany.
We are flesh and bone. We are parts unknown. We are ashes. We are dust. We are rogues and kings. We are bold extremes. We are jury. We are judge. We are strength and heart. We are miles apart. We are one. We are love. We are hopes and dreams. We are noble beings. We are diamonds in the rough. Have we lost sight of all we are? Forgotten history and its scars, reduced ourselves to doubt and fear, given up till we hold dear. Freedom is won and fought, lives are lost and souls are bought, but lasting freedom lives inside, within our hearts and in our minds. Be the change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that help you desire. Be the sparks that you're on fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that set you higher. Change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that you desire. Be the spark of your own fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that take you higher. So be the change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that you desire. Be the spark of your own fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that take you higher.
Thank you, Pancho, Reverend Fred, and the band. What a blessing in music you are week after week. And thank you, Pancho. Yes. And he is our Fall Faith guy. He'll be here with us again next week since Amy Steinberg had to cancel. So if you don't have one of these, please go ahead and raise your hand, and an usher maybe can bring you one. This is an altar cloth. And so for those of you who are watching online, we're just using something maybe the size of a pot holder. So if you have a tea towel or a pot holder or a pillowcase, or and if you do have an altar cloth or anything nearby that you can just grab, if you have a table or if you're sitting on the couch and you just want to mark an area in your mind that is your altar table, we're going to be working a personal altar today. And in the room, you'll see that every other row is turned backwards, so you have a table in front of you. And I'm really pleased that there were no smarty pants in the room that decided to sit backwards and face the back of the room. Because we had a conversation about that at the staff meeting. We're thinking somebody's gonna, but fortunately, Jim's back at the camera, so. So it's black and white because we are going to be working with duality today. So in our book, Discovering Fire, Roger Wolsey in chapter 2, Beauty in Broken Clocks, talks about embodied spirituality. And I love the language that he uses around it. So you've probably heard, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's it. Yes, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And he challenges that a little bit, because in that is an invitation to not quite get all the way in our body, to really hold on to that in us that is spirit. And if we don't get all the way in our body, we miss the whole point of being in our body. And so he offers this language. We are embodied spiritual beings having an embodied spiritual experience. So do you see how he keeps both together, the embodiment and the spiritual aspect of us, our body, the physical realm, and our spirit, the spiritual realm, in who we are and what we are experiencing. And so I wonder if these words can kind of conjure up in you just an awareness, maybe some reflection on your experience in your body. For me, it has been my great spiritual work to get fully into my body, to be connected. I can stay in my mind all day long. I can get to my heart through my mind, but my body, I don't know. It's easier to ignore. So often when I do breath work or when I've done yoga or any kind of physical activity, I will suddenly have an awareness that, oh, I feel the rest of my body. I kind of feel like a cutoff right at my midsection and just kind of ignore and disengage. And maybe something is similar for you, is similarly true. Maybe for you, you're all the way in your body and you have ignored, neglected, or spent less time in your heart, in your mind, or in your spirit. So just without judgment, allow yourself to kind of feel into your body. How embodied are you? Do you have pain that you prefer to avoid? Do you have pain because you have been avoiding your own presence? Not saying that it's your fault or with judgment, but just noticing what has unfolded in your life and in your physical being based on your own willingness to be fully present in your body. So there are many practices in this chapter about connecting with God. And they're all things to do. Most of them are reflecting types of activity, Lectio Divina, centering prayer, contemplative prayer. There's also fasting. There is also personal altar work, which we'll do today. There's dream work and journaling. And so in the study guide this week, you're going to be invited to pick one or two or more of these activities and to engage these practices, right? Remembering that the purpose is to connect with the divine, but also to be connected and present in your body. So I'm going to invite you to hold your altar cloth. And if you're online and you don't have one, just hold your hands open and imagine that your hands are a space of the sacred. Black and white, duality. And you'll notice this altar up here, there is 3-tiered. There's a large cloth, and then the second cloth is a large black and white cloth. The top one is 4 directions. It has 4 spaces on it. And so when we work a personal altar, there are many, many designs we can use. And let me just say, there is no right way, there is no wrong way, there is no more correct way. There are certainly traditions that might determine a way, but when we work a personal altar, the point is for it to be personally meaningful. And so you've been given an opportunity to grab some items from the back, a tea light candle, electronic of course, and that will represent fire. You were able to grab some stones, which would represent earth, and some other kind of little acrylic type things, which could represent water, and then also some plants. There's rosemary, there are basil, there are bay leaves that could also represent earth, and of course you'll bring the air with your breath. So for those of you at home, you might take a crystal or stone for earth, a starfish or a shell for water. Maybe you have a cup of water. You could, for fire, you could use, of course, a candle or burn some incense, which could also double as air. The smoke of the incense could double as air. And then for earth, the stones or some soil. If you have a piece of wood that you have in your house, and you can just bring that forward into your altar space. What else? I said fire, air, feathers, bells, chimes. If you have a flute or a kazoo. All of these items can reflect air. You could have a rock with a bird painted on it, and you have both earth and air. So there's all kinds of ways to create symbology. You could even do something as simple as have 4 jars. And in one, empty, because it has air, or you could capture some incense smoke in that jar. Another jar, you might have soil or some herbs or leaves, and that could be your earth or maybe a stone. For fire, you could have spicy spices, red pepper flakes, cayenne, cinnamon, that could represent fire, or even like a red glitter, anything that's red and orange, red stone for fire. And then for water, it could be a jar of water. Did I say water already? I think so. Jar of water, earth, fire, air. I think I did them all. Okay. So there are many, many ways, and you can keep it very simple, or it could be very complex, and it could be something that you build over time and that you work over time. So it is all up to you, and it's a really precious opportunity for you to make space in your home to have a personal altar, and one that you engage with daily. It could be as simple as walking by and just looking at it. Maybe moving something or holding a precious item that you have on your altar. Or you could make more time to sit in contemplative prayer with it, which is a little bit of what we're going to do today. So as you are holding this cloth, and you're considering the light and the dark duality, right? Black and white, night and day, sun and moon, masculine and feminine. There are all kinds of ways, conflict and peace, that we hold polarity or duality in our physical experience. And the reason this is tied to embodiment is because this is the here and now. This is being present in our bodies in the earthly realm. So I'd reference that this altar has 3 layers. The bottom layer is the underworld. It's the shadow world. This layer is the here and now, the land of the living. The land of the living. And then the top layer, the 4 directions, is the spirit realm. Okay? So that's a little more complicated. We don't have to be that complicated. We can just be very simple and just have a small cloth. And I want you to hold it and feel into the duality that you hold in your own body, your own masculine and feminine energies that create a wholeness, your own peace or conflict, opportunities to forgive yourself or others. Maybe you're in a state of transition where something in your life is coming to a close and something else is experiencing a beginning. That's also duality, a beginning and an end. So just allow all of that to come into your body. This is where we hold our feelings, in our bodies. And as you feel ready and connected, place the cloth on the seat or table in front of you. So let's begin with the element of fire, because I know at least everyone in this room has one. Your tea light candle. Go ahead and hold it, and if you would like to click it on, if you're at home and you have an actual candle, you might light it now, or if you also have an electronic candle, light it. Or if you went and grabbed some spicy spices, maybe gently take a whiff, but don't get your nose too close. And feel the heat of fire. Feel the vibrancy of fire, and you might be thinking, it's an electronic candle, there's no heat. But we don't want you to get burned. And the power of imagination can be at work. We allow it to represent fire, the power of transformation and transmutation. The first thing I heard as I walked across the parking lot today, a fire in your belly, a fire in your belly. I was like, yes, there is a fire in my belly. We are so connected. Is there a fire in your belly, right? Your power center. Is there a fire in your heart? In your mind? Is your imagination fired up? Are you experiencing heat? Transformation in your body? Is it maybe showing up as pain? As a pain point? Just allow yourself to feel. Are you totally weirded out by every part of this so far? That's okay too. When you have connected to the fire, go ahead and place it on your altar. You might consider placing it on the white part to fire up a new beginning. You might place it right in the middle for balance. You might place it on the dark side to bless an ending. Or to deepen into your shadow world. To go deep into the depths of your heart and soul. There's no wrong place to place the fire. If you're at home and you lit a candle that's across the room and you want to leave it there, that's okay too. But just widen the circle of your altar to include that fire. Earth. So if you have a stone, now's the time to hold that in your hand. If you have a bit of rosemary or basil, a bay leaf. At home, if you've taken some soil or leaves from outside, or if you have a plant nearby, reach out and touch it. Right now, we are just being with the items that will create our altar. Infusing the items with your being, connection to the sacred before you, the sacred within you. Earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The very essence of your body contains water droplets from Hurricane Helene, no doubt. Contains bits of stardust. Your body is comprised of everything that has come before you and will become everything that comes after you. You are fully connected to this planet. You may not look like a mountain, but indeed you are. Feel your feet flat on the floor if that's comfortable for you. Or feel any point of your body sending roots deep into the earth, like this planet, we are shaped and formed by all of the weather events that happen in our lives, by our circumstances, by those with whom we have relationship and experiences with. So we allow grace. We allow love, oneness. When you feel connected to the earth, place your item on your altar. Again, choosing if you are in a beginning or an ending, if you want to place it in the center line for balance. If you are working with masculine energies or feminine energies. The white, if you can think of it as the sun, that would be masculine. The dark, that is lit up by the light of the moon, as feminine. Or again, the balance line right in between. If you are working conflict, or if you're struggling to make a decision, you might focus on the dark side, putting your fire there to light the idea, the resolution, the peace that you call forth, represented by the white side of the cloth. If you're at home and you don't have a black and white cloth, perhaps you have a blue and white. It's okay. It's all about the intention and the meaning that you make, just like everything else in our lives. So we have the fire, we have the earth represented, and now water. If you're here in the room and you have any of those acrylic kind of stones, or if there's any one that's blue, like water, or a light color, white maybe, allow that to represent water. If you don't have anything that represents water, just know that you are 80% water. So through the power of imagination, perhaps you want to imagine a cup filled with water, or a jar, a small jar. If you're at home, you're invited to use any water that you have nearby in a small cup or jar, a shell, a starfish. And allow yourself to be with cleansing water, water that flows, water that rages, water that carves mountains. Perhaps you want to imagine a babbling creek, a gentle water. Perhaps you want to sit with the ocean. The water of emotion that you hold in your body. It is the deepest ocean that you access 24/7. When you feel connected, place your water on the altar. If there's nothing physical for you to place, just imagine a place on your altar that is holding a small jar of water. And air. If you're at home and you have a favorite feather or a little bell, kazoo, a flute. These are all items that represent air, maybe a picture of a bird. You can also use photographs on your altar. We all bring our attention to the breath, the air that is always moving in and through us, supporting life, giving life, the breath of life we call it. Water, or the air that fans the flames of fire. The air that scatters seed across the earth, rises waves in the ocean, invisible yet so present everywhere. And allow your breath to get deeper. And as you exhale, direct your breath to your altar. In, out. Feeling yourself connecting to your own body and the movement of air in you. In, out. Now that you have fully connected to your personal altar, we will begin our time of meditation. Now is the time to stay focused, to keep your attention not just on the altar before you, but on all that it represents that's in you. To keep your attention on your body. What is moving? Are you uncomfortable? Do you need to stand? Do you need to rub your knee a little bit? Can you draw your breath even more deeply into your body, all the way down to your toes? To stay connected, can you lay your hands in your lap or perhaps on your heart? And allow yourself not to just the connection to your heart space, but to your physical being. An embodied spiritual being having an embodied spiritual experience. And in this connection, would you surrender?
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, there may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day.
In the breath of surrender, we breathe into the body. If you're still holding any tension and you can feel it, allow it to release if it wants to be released. If not, simply notice it. There is a grace available to you in and through your body, simply through surrender. Surrender is not giving up. Surrender is lifting your entire awareness into the truth that is you, the divine presence that is you. That is your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit. When we sit in and through this truth, when we rest in it, surrender in it, love naturally arises out of us. Love of life, love of self, love of humanity, love of God. And the natural result of love is joy. And if there is a certain tenderness in you, a sadness, an anger, a fear that is preventing this flow of love into joy, do not commit violence to it. Do not judge it. Do not push it away and stuff it down into some corner of your body. No. Give it presence. Give it voice. It has no power over you. So there is nothing to fear in giving voice to anger, to fear or doubt, to worry, to sadness, frustration. It is a gift because it is in the awareness that your very presence becomes a healing balm. The presence of God as you becomes a healing salve. This is the work of the personal altar. There is no power outside of you in that altar. It is a mirror for you to look into and see the beauty of your own being, to see the energy that moves in you and through you all the time, whether you notice. It represents your presence, your power, the holy, the sacred, you. So it is.
I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day.
Abundance shows up in many different ways and in many different forms. And the abundance that I'm feeling right now in this room and energetically with our balconies online is the abundance of meaning that has been brought forth through the creation of these sacred altars that surround us right now. Meaning that is a part of your lives that rests before all of us now in such a wonderful time of sharing. And so for all that has been felt and imbued into these altars, that's the energy I would invite us to stay in, to surround and imbue our offering as we prepare to receive that this morning, as well as all of the other ways that you give to this church through your time and your talents. And so together, let's bless these altars and bless our offering with the words of our offertory prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
Dine together, pluck me from the crowd and return me to my sender. Whatever path you follow, push on to tomorrow. Love all, serve all, and create no sorrow. So many rivers, but they all reach the sea. They're telling me it's different, but I just don't believe it. Love is the glorious, and everyone shall reach it. Whoever seeks it, see it unseen. I don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all its grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Well, I don't wanna count the leaves on the mango tree. I just wanna taste the sweetness so you can defeat this above and beneath this. Yeah, come one and all, come stand tall. And whatever you're approaching, dance or meditation, you got love along and you shall reach the station. You find the road, supreme abode. In this city our hearts shine like gold. Don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all its grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah. You know, when me and Jesus, Buddhist and the Gandhi all dance around, dancing on your thunder, drunk on the love of wine for thee. Well, tell me, when will I be blessed with the blissful company? Blissful company goes from sea to sea, from the depths of the valleys to the mountain peaks. So many stories and so many fables of how the king wings and how the warm wails in Jerusalem, to the holy Himalayas, to Mount Zion, to the hills of Jamaica. All land is holy, all land is sacred. All shall leave this world completely naked, completely naked, completely. I don't want to reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't want to reason anymore about God above, God above. I just want to melt away in all its grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we. I don't want to reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't want to reason anymore about God above, God above. I just want to melt away in all its grace, drift away to that sacred place where where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity. Where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity. Where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just unity. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Just unity.
Pancho Javier, Reverend Fred, and the UCOP band. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we are in a new month. Can you believe it? We are in October of the year 2024. Whoa. And this month, we are celebrating our volunteer team, the AV team, sitting around the perimeter of the room. Yes, please wave or stand if you're willing or able so we can, they're going to sit. That's okay. They go through a lot week after week. It is a high-pressure job for our volunteers, and we are so grateful. This is the team that gives access to our virtual balcony. So for all of you on Facebook and YouTube, I know that you really appreciate our AV team, and also they're the ones who put the screens up for us to be able to sing our words and to know what else is happening. So I know that we have a lot of appreciation for those who show up for that. And if you want to sign up to serve on this high-pressure gig, they would love to train you and to bring you into that circle so that you can serve us in that very important way. Our Yarn Blessings meets today at 2 o'clock in the cafe, so feel free to join them and bring whatever project you're working on. And then also out in the cafe after service today, if you still want to pick up a Fall Faith book, you can do that. If you want a study guide, go to our website or follow the link in our newsletter. It's also on our Facebook page. On our website, go under Ministries, Small Groups Ministry, and right there you can download week 1 and week 2 study guides so that you can do the practices through the book. All right, now it's time for us to speak our mission statement together. Hearts wide open. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. All right, so next week, along with Pancho stepping in for Amy, Reverend Eileen is stepping in to be the speaker next week, and she'll take us through chapter 3, the nature of our natures. Let's welcome in the kids.
We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Okay, so we kind of talked about some Halloween stuff today, and we're going to be making more of an announcement of time and date, but we are planning a trunk or treat Halloween party. What? She's going to very quickly tell everybody what we're doing next weekend. Very quickly.
We are going to Orlando. We're driving.
Yes. So we'll be gone the next 2 Sundays, but we will see you back on the 27th. But anyways, stand as you're able for the final song. Thank you.
Please join us in singing God in Everything. I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection to what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace. I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. I choose joy, I choose peace. I choose goodness surrounding me. choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose happiness, I choose freedom. I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection and what life brings. I choose God in everything. For the last moments that we are together, if you could, just take a peek to the left or to the right, behind or in front, and notice the light in the person standing right next to you, as we appreciate and love the light emanating from you. I know joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God's in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know breath in every breath I breathe. I know God's in everything. I know God's in everything. Namaste.
And from right where you are, join me in the prayer for protection for all beings. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, for there is a force of love moving in the universe that will never let us go. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And please do take your altar items home with you. There are baggies on the back table. And make space in your home. Have a beautiful week.